Hello and welcome to this short webinar on how to get rid of an anal fissure and get rid of it permanently so that it doesn't come back. Okay, so welcome to the webinar, and I'm just having a look now and see people still joining us. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. My name is Joe Johnson and I've been treating people with natural remedies for over 25 years. I'll say now, later on I'll spend 2 minutes just telling you about this anal fissure remedy. So I'll tell you about that later on. But let's get on with it now. Plenty of people have joined us. What is an anal fissure? So imagine that is your anus. That there is your anus. And a fissure is when, see, your anus opens and closes as you're passing a stool, as you go into the toilet. It opens and then closes. It's a ring of muscle. And sometimes a crack appears on that ring and it is extremely painful. That is called a fissure, an anal crack or an anal fissure. So first of all, what causes it? There could be a number of ordinary things that cause it. It could be that you've been constipated and you've been straining too hard, and it actually tears the ring of muscle. It splits it, and you only need 1 millimetre or 1/8 of an inch long, a tiny little split, and then it starts to just split worse and worse and worse, and it can go from 1 millimetre to 10 millimetres or up to ½ an inch long in no time at all, and it can be excruciating pain. So you could be constipated, but by the same token, people who have had long-term diarrhea, that can also cause a split to appear on the skin. Remember, it's a ring of strong muscle, but it's only protected by a delicate layer of skin. And that's important, and I'm going to come back to that. It's the skin. Okay, so it's constipation, it could be diarrhea, or it could be that you've eaten a certain food and you've had a particularly large stool. You've passed a big one, and that is enough to split the skin ever so slightly. And once that split has started, then it gets infected, then the misery starts. Another common cause is it could be childbirth. Women giving birth to children. You can all kinds of stresses and strains and pushing, and it splits the skin. And then again, you know, the childbirth, after the child's been born, then you've got a torn anal sphincter. You've got a crack there that needs treatment. Another cause could be anal intercourse, where people have had intercourse and they've managed to just split the skin a little bit. And then, as I say, that little tiny crack starts to split more and more. It gets infected, it gets bigger, and it's a misery. So they're the common causes of an anal fissure. So how do you treat it? Well, first of all, you could go to the doctors, and the doctor will have a look at it, and very often they will recommend, apart from cleaning, the normal cleaning hygiene, which you can do, obviously wash it on a regular basis several times a day, but the doctor just normally recommends a cream. Now, the most common cream that they'll recommend is actually nitroglycerine. You know, in the old days when people had angina, pains in the heart, the chest, they used to give them nitroglycerine pills. So you'd pop a pill and it immediately relaxes the blood vessels, takes the pressure off the heart. So they've realised that if you use nitroglycerine cream, apply it to the fissure around the blood vessels around the split, it relaxes and relieves the pain. But that's it. It's just temporary relief. The only other real treatment that a doctor could recommend to you is surgery. Surgery. Now, obviously, that's drastic. And if you can avoid surgery at all costs, I would avoid it. Because, well, it's pretty obvious. Explore other avenues of treatment. Now, fortunately, I'm going to share with you now how to treat the fissure yourself. Okay, now first of all, getting instant relief. There are creams in the drugstore and the chemist that you can just smear, just ask for an anaesthetic cream. You can put it on, it'll give you instant relief, but it will do nothing to cure or get rid of the fissure. Okay, so that's how you can get instant relief. Other people recommend having baths, hot baths, and you can put salts, like Epsom salts, or you can put salts in the water and it'll help to provide some kind of relief. It'll do nothing to get rid of it. So, how do you get rid of it? Well, before I tell you, I want to tell you now why the thing split in the first place. Because apart from childbirth and maybe anal intercourse, the other things like diarrhea, constipation, you've had these things regularly as you go through life. So it isn't normal for that skin to split. So why did it split? And I'll tell you. Your whole body, even a healthy person, you haven't had an anal fissure all your life. You've been healthy most of your life. You've been covered in bacteria, viruses, yeast, molds and fungus. You are covered in it all the time. And your immune system stops you from getting eaten alive. So I'll say that again. All of us, every living thing in nature is covered in tiny little creatures that are just looking for somewhere to live. Something to eat, somewhere safe. Now, your backside, your anus, it's warm, it's dark, it's damp, there's plenty of food. Plenty of food, so it starts to eat the skin. It weakens the skin. Now, if you then strain that skin, it will split. I'll say that again. So you've got fungus. For some reason, your immune system hasn't defended. It hasn't done its job, and you've got fungus eating the skin. You've strained the anus, and you've split the skin. So what you've got to do is this. You've got to do three things. Two things essentially. One, you've got to kill off that fungus. You've got to then kill off any bacteria, because once you've split that skin, bacteria can get in. Remember, your immune system isn't working as effectively as it should. So fungus causes it to split, bacteria gets into the fissure, and then it starts to get really infected. And it is extremely painful, as you already know. So you've got to kill off the fungus, kill off the bacteria, and then promote healing. You've got to get the thing to heal up, right? So how do you do that? First of all, the remedy. Now, I've been working with natural remedy for 25 years, so I know what kills off fungus and I know what kills off bacteria. So in here are 4 very powerful plant extracts. There's clary sage. Now write this down, you can make this yourself. There's organic clary sage essential oil. It's very powerful and it will kill off the germs in your anal fissure. Then there's frankincense, organic frankincense. That will kill off the bacteria and it'll also kill off the fungus. Okay? Then there is geranium, organic geranium. Believe me, these are very powerful antibiotic and antifungal plant extracts. And then the last one, myrrh oil. You know, the Roman soldiers, when they were in battle, 2,000 years ago, they invaded the whole of Europe and North Africa. These soldiers, they were sent out into battle with a sword and a shield and a helmet and everything. But part of their kit, it was a part of their kit that they had to carry a bag of myrrh resin. It's a resin. It's a plant extract resin that if they got injured in battle, they got infected, apart from being in agony and useless as a soldier, they would die of infection. So they got myrrh oil and myrrh resin and forced it into the fissure, the wound, the sword wound. Why did they use myrrh oil? Because it killed off the infection and it saved the soldier's life. Okay, so I've put myrrh oil in this. It'll rapidly kill off any infection and it will promote healing of the wound. Because It's easy to kill off bacteria and fungus, but you've got to get the thing to heal up again. So, these 4 oils, clary sage, frankincense, geranium and myrrh. Okay? And they're all organic, and they're mixed together, and I've mixed it then with sweet almond oil to just dilute it down slightly, because you don't want to burn the skin on your backside. So that's what's in here. In fact, that's only half of what's in here. So you can make it yourself, or you can, if you want it from us, we can send it out to you today, urgently, in a discreet packaging, so that you can start applying it to your backside. But that's only half the battle. Remember what the cause of this is. How come you've got an infection on your backside? Because your immune system's job is to defend you, and it obviously hasn't done it. Why did that fungus weaken your skin? Many people with anal fissures tend to suffer from maybe sinus infections or yeast infections, occasionally yeast infection, and they certainly can feel run down and exhausted and tired. Now they're all symptoms of a weak immune system. So, with this remedy, what we've then done is to put 4 homeopathic remedies blended in this oil. So you've got the plant extracts to kill off the bacteria, to kill off the fungus and promote healing. And then we've got 4 specific homeopathic remedies dissolved into this. So it's very simple. It's a simple oil. You just massage it onto your backside at least 3 times a day. So you get up, have a wash, towel dry, and then massage it on. Just gently rub it on and leave it. Do that at least 3 times a day, but definitely at bedtime again. Just put a couple of drops on. It will provide a sort of anaesthetic property. It'll reduce the pain instantly. But more importantly, the bigger job is to, 1, get the healing to take place, and then boost your immune system so that no fungus can then weaken your skin again, and you won't get an anal fissure again. And it's that simple. So I'm just seeing now there's some questions coming in, and I just want to see what people are saying. Will my fissure ever go away? Well, you could have months of agony. And not only that, if your immune system is weak and you're in agony, if your immune system's weak, you could again start getting other things wrong with you. Cold, flu, sinus infection, yeast infection. So I would say don't wait for it to go away, get it treated. Okay, another question here. What is the best treatment? As I say, you can go to the doctors and they will give you relief cream, which is the nitroglycerin cream, or they will offer surgery. But once you start, remember, if you cut into that skin, into the muscle behind it, they cut into your body and then they sew it up again. But they haven't touched your immune system. In fact, they've made it worse. When you start cutting into somebody else's body, you're harming it. So the surgery is treatment of last resort. Remember what we want to do. We want to boost your immune system. It's easy enough to get rid of an anal fissure. You want it to get healed as quickly as possible, but you want to boost your immune system so that you don't get another fissure in a month or 2. Okay. So don't wait for it to go away. Are anal fissures dangerous? Well, it's not dangerous on its own, but the fact that you've got an infection, the infection can get worse. I've known one case of it where literally it spread out from the anus and it got severely infected all around the backside. It all went literally red and swollen, and I urge the person to get straight to the doctors. So don't leave it untreated. So yes, it can get worse, but as I say, you're going to treat that today. You're going to treat that today, and you're going to stimulate your immune system so that this doesn't happen again. Is coconut oil, will that heal the fissure? Well, that's a good question. Coconut oil. If you look in the shops, you'll never see a mouldy coconut, because there's a very powerful antifungal in coconuts. Coconuts don't go mouldy. So if you get coconut oil, and you smear it on your backside, it'll provide you with some relief. Alright, it'll provide you with a bit of relief. So, yeah, but it's no good in the long term for treating an anal fissure. What else have we got? Is Vaseline good? Again, Vaseline, it'll provide you with relief, but it isn't going to treat it. So your anal fissure, I don't know how long you've had it, you might have had it a week or a month, it's acute pain, but you don't want it to become a chronic condition, and it can be. There are people out there who've been using nitroglycerine, they've been avoiding surgery, they didn't know about what this remedy, and it's turned your life into a misery because it becomes chronic, yeah? And you don't need that. You can cure the fissure and then focus on your immune system, and you won't have an anal fissure again because the skin around your backside will become strong like it should be. And I'm going to show you how to prevent an anal fissure from ever coming back. Aloe vera, again, somebody said, is aloe vera any good? Yeah, again, put it on, instant relief. If you've got some aloe vera at home in a jar, put it on, and you think, oh, thank God, that feels great. But it doesn't promote healing of the fissure. It will provide you some relief. If you've got aloe vera, got it, apply it. So, can spicy food cause fissures? No, it can't cause the fissure. But what spicy foods can do, especially stuff, imagine chili seeds or something really spicy, they don't get properly digested, it passes through, and then as this spicy food comes into contact with your anal fissure, it can make you scream. So avoid spicy foods until it's healed up. And it won't take long, but avoid spicy foods if you've got an anal fissure. Somebody's asking here, what's the difference between piles and an anal fissure? Right, an anal fissure is a crack here, and the crack is caused by weak skin. The skin has been weakened almost certainly by fungus. If it wasn't weakened by trauma, i.e. anal sex or childbirth, it's been weakened by fungus. So what we're going to do is kill the fungus, we're going to kill the bacteria that's in the actual infection, we're going to kill that back, and then we're going to promote healing so it heals up. And then we're going to make sure that you don't get any more fungus back again, okay? Now, so that's what an anal fissure is. Piles or hemorrhoids. So you sat on the toilet and you're a bit constipated. Now remember, around the anus there's a blood supply. Tiny blood vessels keep it all as it should be. But as you physically push, the pressure in the blood vessel can go, the wall of the blood vessel can open. Tiny little crack in your blood vessel, and it can release blood like a balloon. Imagine it like a tiny balloon. So the blood has gone beyond the boundaries of the blood vessel, and it's like a balloon then. And then that balloon can be pressing on nerves, and it can be extremely painful, okay? Extremely painful. That's hemorrhoids, that's a separate issue. So hemorrhoids and anal fissures are completely different. With an anal fissure, you haven't necessarily got a burst blood vessel. You've got a physical crack that needs to be disinfected. It needs to be cleaned out of any bacteria and yeast, and then it needs to be promoted to heal. And that's where the organic myrrh oil will come in, and the homeopathy. Okay. What else have we got? Is fissure surgery painful? Well, the surgery itself won't be. It'll be anaesthetised. But afterwards, yes, it'll be painful. And then it'll start to heal. But remember what we said. If I've got a weak immune system, so I've got fungus around my backside, I've been pushing or doing whatever with constipation or diarrhea, and it splits. So then I get surgery. But what caused it to split? Remember that. You've got to treat the cause. No point just treating the effect. Surgery will only treat the effect. So what you can have, and it's quite common, people will have surgery on an anal fissure, and 12 months later there's a fissure on the other side then. You know, around the circle of the anus, you could have one here and then one here. treat your skin, treat your immune system, and you'll feel great. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. Any more questions? Let's have a look. Can a fissure get infected? Of course they can. That's if you had an anal fissure, a tiny little split, and this is quite common, you can get an anal fissure and you'll not notice it. But it's only when it gets infected with the bacteria that causes the problem. You can get a fungal infection around your backside and you don't notice. Bit itchy, bit annoying. But it's when a bacteria gets into the crack, into the anal fissure, this tiny crack, and then it's your body's defences, your immune system cells, all kinds of cells. So then the crack itself starts to swell up as your body sends all these army, this defence system, and then as it swells up, it becomes agonisingly painful. So your body's doing its best to defend you, but it's a bit late. And the fact that your body's trying to defend you now, but it's only because you had a weak immune system. So you've got to boost your immune system. Okay, so yeah, fissures can get infected and they can get very painful, and left untreated it can be dangerous. So you need to get it treated. All right. Now, on that subject, some people have said, well, shall I go and get some antibiotics? That is your choice. You could ask your doctor, go along, get some antibiotics if you've got a bacterial infection of the anal fissure. But the problem there is, I mean, it will work. It'll kill off the bacteria and it will give you temporary relief. And hopefully it'll enable your fissure to heal. But let's look what we already know. Antibiotics are fantastic at dealing with infections, especially life-threatening infections. So they've got a use. But we also know that antibiotics are very powerful chemicals and they will weaken your immune system. We know that. That's why they don't like giving antibiotics out anymore. Or at least they don't like giving them out as much as they did, because they know it causes long-term problems. So if you've got a weak immune system that's allowed fungus to breed around your backside, eat your skin, weaken the skin, your skin splits for whatever reason, it gets infected. You go along, treat the infection with antibiotics, it'll get rid of that bacterial infection, but it weakens your immune system even more. And the chances of getting an anal fissure then, another one, is greatly increased. In fact, these things don't do too much to heal the wound. They just get rid of the bacteria. So I wouldn't recommend antibiotics as your first choice, because it still leaves you with the problem of strengthening your immune system. Okay, but antibiotics can be used. What else? Another question? What's the difference between a fistula and a fissure? Well, a fissure is what we're talking about today, is a crack on the anus. It's a crack that becomes infected and it's agony and you've got to get it sorted, and that's what we're here to do. But the fistula is like a tiny little hole or tube that can appear here and it goes through into your anus, and they are not as painful as a fissure, and it's not the same thing. An anal fissure is the crack that we're talking about. A fistula is something else. Do chronic fissures ever heal? Yes, they do, but I can understand the question. People are saying, does it not heal? Well, if you've tried the normal treatment, then no, they don't heal, because normal treatment doesn't work. Rubbing nitroglycerine on your backside provides relief. Having sitz baths or salts baths provides relief. Surgery is drastic and it will appear to work, and then you'll maybe get another fissure at a later date, because standard treatment for anal fissures doesn't work. That's why this person's asking the question here. Do chronic fissures ever heal? Well, they will heal if you treat the cause, and the cause is your immune system, and that's why we put this homeopathy into that stuff, so that you can boost your immune system. Okay, I'll answer a few more questions and then I'm going to tell you how else you can help yourself without costing a penny. Alright, a couple more questions. How long do fissures take to heal? Well, with this remedy, normally within a week, well, you'll get rid of the infection within a few days to a week. It'll heal up completely in a week to 2 weeks, normally. That's it, normally. Obviously, everybody's immune system is different. It depends on the condition of your immune system, and it also depends on the hygiene of your backside. If you keep it, obviously, you've got to go to the toilet and use the toilet. Use the toilet, but then have a gentle wash with some gentle soap, and then reapply the oil. Remember, it's already got the homeopathic stuff in it. Just reapply it, keep it clean. Be a couple of weeks. A week you'll be feeling fine, 2 weeks. And I will say, once it's gone, and it might be in a week to 2, just keep applying it. Even if it's once a day, after you've had a shower. After you've had a shower, be it in the morning or at night, just apply it. Because it's going to take time to boost your immune system. It's going to take time. But not too long, but it's going to take time. So just use this once a day. Okay, we're talking about strengthening the skin on your backside, stopping any fungus. Once the thing's healed up, you'll have no bacterial infection, but you'll still be open to fungus. So we'll just use this once a day. Okay. Well, there's lots of other questions there, but not too, I think we've covered them already. So I hope you can see that your immune system is what we're going to treat. Yes, we can relieve your anal fissure and heal it with this in a week, 2 weeks maximum, and it's gone. But so what can you do starting today? Well, first thing, hopefully we can get you the remedy sent out. But after that, what can you do? The first thing is this. You've got to eat. You've got to eat. And we all eat, and we go to the supermarkets, and you look on the shelf, have a look at the ingredients. I bet it's like reading a chemistry set. Even things like bread. Even things, I mean, if you bought a pizza, it's like buying a chemistry set. There are so many chemicals in our food now that your digestive system, almost 65 to 70% of your immune system is based around your digestive system. And that's why this picture's here, and I'll say that again. Scientists are estimating now between 65 and 70% of your immune system, the thing that's keeping you alive, that you're the soldiers that are there to defend you, they're existing around your digestive system. And then really, you think about it, it makes sense, because if you put something in your mouth, it could be anything. So your body is vigilant to what you put in your mouth. Now, these chemicals that are in the food, your body does not know what to do with. How could it? These chemicals did not exist. Many of them didn't exist 10 years ago. So you put it in your body, and your immune system literally says, what's this? What is it? Is it a fat? Is it a carbohydrate? Is it a protein? Is it poison? What is it? And it really doesn't know. And some of these foodstuffs, they're not even categorized. Your body doesn't know what to do. And it's confusing. Excuse me. So your body tries to expel it. But what you're doing is you're using the resources of your immune system that could be defending you. You've only got so many resources. So stop putting as many chemicals in your mouth. That's straight away. You'll start to feel better. But more importantly, you're releasing the resources of your immune system. So just try eating fresh food. I'm not saying don't eat pizzas and fries and cookies and candy and all that, or drinking soda or pop. I'm just saying, starting today, have a bit of fresh food. Starting today, get on Amazon, order yourself a water filter. Probably only cost you a tenner. Filter your water, because your water is full of chemicals. So, makes sense, I know. Some people find it hard to believe that your food is full of poisons. But it is. It is. Have a read, do the research. So, And your body does a magnificent job of defending you, but it does get weak. And when it gets weak, the fungus moves in and you end up with an anal fissure. So this is why we're doing it. So that's the first thing, stop poisoning yourself. And the second thing is, and this doesn't cost anything, and you can do it right now, get out of breath every day. And you think, hang on a minute, what have my lungs got to do with my backside? And it's this. Even if you're stuck in a wheelchair, you know, or you're bedbound, you can move. And if you can move a bit, what happens is, this is like a pump. And as you start to do movement, your body starts to clean up, just like as if I've got a carpet there, and if there was lots of dust on the carpet, I would start to, with movement, clean it up. And if you get out of breath, what happens is your body starts to, like an engine going, getting faster, and it starts to clean itself. Get out of breath every day. You don't have to do a lot. You might just walk 10 yards, and then tomorrow walk 15 yards. And if you can walk faster, you get out of breath. And it becomes a joy. So this isn't just about fixing your anal fissure. We can fix your anal fissure. It'll take a couple of weeks from start to finish. You can kill the yeast. You can kill the fungus. We can kill the bacteria. Yeah, we can do that. Next, it's up to Mother Nature, your immune system. Now, I don't know how old you are, but most of your life you haven't had an anal fissure. Have you? No. So your body knows how to defend you against bacteria and fungus. But something's happened. It's took its eye off the ball, and now you've got a serious problem on your backside. So we can fix the backside, but we need to fix the real problem just by stop poisoning yourself and do a little bit of exercise, and that alone will transform your health. And one of the major spin-offs of getting out of breath every day is it starts to elevate and lift how you feel. You start to become, wow, proud of yourself. Oh, I did 100 yards today, and now tomorrow I'm going to do 150 yards, and before you know it, you'll be walking for miles and feeling great, feeling energetic. See, a natural side effect of having a weakened immune system is to get depressed. And I'll say that again. A natural side effect of having a tired or exhausted immune system is to get depressed, or to get anxious and start suffering from anxiety and depression. Now, I've got some medication here somewhere. These are diazepam, there's lorazepam here we go, there. And there's citalopram, there's medications for anxiety and depression. They will make you feel better, by all means take them. But it's not addressing the problem. So if you are suffering from anxiety or depression, what I'm telling you now, apart from curing your backside, is this immune system is your friend. And it's an act of love to start looking after it. Don't feel bad. None of this is your fault. They don't teach you this in school. They don't teach you on the TV. They want you to be... it's as if society wants you to go to the doctor and say, doctor, what drugs do I need? What drugs do I need? What drugs do I need? I'm saying to you, you don't need any drugs. You don't. You can... 99 times out of 100 you don't need drugs. There may be occasions when you do. But I'm saying you can make these remedies yourself. You can buy them from me. You can get them from elsewhere. You know how to make the ingredients now. I've even put on the website the list of the homeopathic ingredients. If you want to buy them yourself, by all means do so. But you're in charge now. You're in charge. And it's amazing. You can look back in a year's time, you can look back and you think, oh yeah, you remember I used to have anal fissures. Yeah, got rid of them. Then I started to feel better. Then I started to think more clearly. I started to have more energy. Actually, I feel great since then. So it's not just about your backside. This whole thing here, your backside's stuck on the end of it. This is your digestive system. You can cure your anal fissure, but while you're at it, let's cure your immune system. What I mean is stimulate it. Stop poisoning it, start exercising a little bit, and you're in charge, and it's a great feeling. And you can, there's hundreds of thousands of amazing people on the internet sharing information like this, and you can select oh, I'll try that. There are vitamins which are good for the skin, strengthening and toning the muscles, but you can do the research on that. I don't know which vitamin, you know, there are herbs. There are herbs where you can make cups of tea, just drink them once or twice a day, and it'll strengthen and cleanse your blood. And you start to be in charge, and it's a fantastic feeling. So it started off with fixing your backside, your itchy bum, the crack, the agony of an anal fissure can be got rid of very quickly. But it's the start of an amazing journey where you can look back and you think, yeah, that's when it started. So it could be a blessing in disguise, this painful backside of yours. So that's it really. I can see there's more questions there, but you can get all the answers to these questions on the website. Click the link below the video. Have a look at this remedy, the anal fissure formula. It's got very powerful herbal plant extracts. They'll kill off the fungus, kill off the bacteria, kill off the infection. Then it stimulates your immune system. Use it, start off 3 times a day. Once it's gone, use it once a day. And then maybe long term you could use it once a week, just as part of your healthy regime. Just put it on your backside and look after yourself. And that's it really. Normally it's within a week and it's sorted. Might get to 2 weeks and that's it. So click the link below the video. If you do want it, we'll send it out in a discreet package. But I would regard this as a beginning of a journey, because it's not about your backside. Because if you've got anal fissures, the chances are you've got something else. Maybe a yeast infection, or anxiety, or depression. It's amazing what you can do with your life. It's amazing. Just getting out of breath every day. You can do it. Get out of breath. A couple of fresh apples a day. A couple of pints of water. Get a jug, get a water filter. Get on Amazon, get a water filter. It's the start of an amazing journey of health. Okay? So, anal fissure formula. Get that sorted. After this video, after you've ordered the remedy, get your trip, get out walking, get out of breath and be so proud of yourself. Have a piece of fresh fruit or fresh vegetables today. If you haven't got any, get out and buy some. You don't have to eat a lot. Just start off small. So if you love eating, say, burgers or fries, carry on eating burgers and fries. But introduce an apple or an orange or a carrot. Just start off small. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself and imagine it like a journey. It's a journey towards health and happiness. And that's what you're starting here today, okay? So if you need any, you need to get in touch with me. There's a contact form on the website. And there's also a phone number if you want to give us a call. And that's it. And I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. If you have, click like or subscribe to me, because there's tons of information I want to share with you. All right. Well, bye for now. And remember, we can get this sent out to you urgently and get your backside healing itself. All right. Bye for now.